What's going on, everybody? Welcome in. I'm kind of starting this like a few seconds late, but I think we're good. Give me a second. I got to tweet this out, put it on Facebook as well. Hold on.
Kind of starting this.
Stop. All right.
It's like a few seconds late, but I think we're good.
Okay, let me tweet this out here real quick. What's going on, Art? How you doing, man? All right, let me tweet this out, and we'll talk about Mandalorian season 2, episode 1, which I'm super pumped that the Mandalorian is back. Let's see. Yeah. Tweeting it out. All right. All right. Yeah, so I'm gonna give my thoughts here on the Mandalorian season 2, episode 1, the first episode of the Mandalorian, which I am so happy. First and foremost, like I just want to say, I'm super happy that the Mandalorian is back. It feels like TV this year has been very lackluster. Hold on, let me just as well. And it feels like TV this year has just been really lackluster. I mean, we haven't had any movies because of COVID. And so this is like the Star Wars that we get this year and probably for the foreseeable future. I mean, at least for the next, I don't know, the next couple of years or so. And I'm like super, super happy to be able to like watch a show that I love so much that's not just a rerun, like watching The Office. I can only watch The Office so many times before I just kind of get bored with The Office. But I just wanted to like talk about my quick thoughts on season 2, episode 1, The Marshal, which had Timothy Olyphant in it, which was really cool, and he's really, really great in it. And this is also not my usual setup. My wife is working in the office right now, so I wanted to make sure I didn't disturb her or bother her. And I'm wearing my Baby Yoda shirt. So season 2, episode 1. The things I loved about this episode, kind of off the top, I love the fact that this is a episode of television that kind of sets us back into this world. It's not a very heavy plot-driven episode. It's kind of almost like a chapter in a gunslinger's life, and it really gives us that old Western feel. But it brings us back into this world that we haven't seen in at least a year. And being able to see these characters again, whether it be, Mando, whether it be Baby Yoda, the child, it's just so, so refreshing and so nice to be able to go back into this world and be reintroduced to these characters again and almost kind of have that moment of clarity about what type of story we're going to get ourselves into this season, this time around. I loved Timothy Olyphant in this show, in this episode. I hope Timothy Olyphant is more. I hope he shows up more in the future as well. I'd love to see him back, be maybe a part of the main team with Gina Carano. And I also really love. I love all the nostalgia and all the little Easter eggs that they kind of sprinkled throughout this episode. And I know everyone wants to talk about the ending, the reveal, which isn't really revealing because we already kind of knew if you guys follow Star Wars on Twitter or anything like that. How's it going, Certain? What's going on? If you guys follow Star Wars on Twitter or anything like that, you guys knew about that reveal, the ending. There are going to be some spoilers, but I want to talk about non-spoiler stuff first for people who maybe haven't seen the episode, who kind of want to be able to kind of get my brief thoughts on the episode without spoiling anything. I thought the episode was really, really good. I love going back to Tatooine. That was really nice because the first time I went to Tatooine last season, didn't care for that episode. I actually thought it was the weakest episode of the entire season. This time around, really loved the adventure that they went on, going to a different part of Tatooine, a farther off district in Tatooine that is very, very unknown and very much hidden in society, and not a lot is known. So I think that it was really, really smart that they went back to Tatooine. They were able to go to a place, again, where we don't know much about this place, and it really allows us to kind of explore uncharted territory. So I love that. I loved the dragon aspect of it. This creature that they have to take down that is almost too grand in scope, and it just shows how effective the Mandalorian is and how great of a character he is. He is so tough. He is so strong, and I think that having him in this type of capacity, being able to kind of lead the charge for other people and almost kind of building a repertoire as being almost like an anti-hero in a way, because yes, he's a hero and he's our hero, but we also know that he's also shady at times. Being able to kind of build that trust with other people, I think, is very, very important. And this episode is able to establish that. I love the scene in the bar with Timothy Olyphant when you first meet his character, the Marshal, and you have the Mandalorian, and you see him wearing Boba Fett's armor, which is insane. And at first I was like, wait a second, that's not Boba Fett. And then you realize it's not. But he was just wearing it kind of as a way to show his intimidation and to protect the town. I loved all that. I loved the dialogue of Mando telling him to take off the armor. And I mean, all that stuff worked extremely well for me. There was a part of me that kind of thought maybe he'd tell Timothy Olyphant to keep the armor, but then I was like, no, he wouldn't go against Mando code, so he would still keep the armor. And I think Timothy Olyphant's character is better now because he has that relationship now with the Tusken Raiders. He's able to kind of be able to still protect his town and instill peace and prosperity in his town without having to actually wear the Boba Fett armor and basically kind of be a stain into what the Mandalore code and rules really are and the way that they lived. So I loved all that. I loved seeing Baby Yoda. I mean, the child. Every time you get to see the child, it's such a great thing. It's really like that character is not only so cute, but like the fact that they don't like tease you with that character, but they place it on screen enough to where you feel satisfied. You don't always they don't always go to it. It's not like a leaning crutch that they do, and that's why I think Jon Favreau is a phenomenal filmmaker and a great director, and he directed this episode to perfection. He did a really, really good job, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what else they can do in season 2 of The Mandalorian. I think that with what we saw this first episode, it's only going to be set up to what is to come, and I think that there's going to be a lot of moments where they're going to have to go back and forth to Tatooine. I think Tatooine is going to be a heavy, heavy player in this season of The Mandalorian, and I think that having that is going to be something that is going to be very, very crucial. I think Tatooine is going to be a great setting for where this show is actually going to go and what they're going to be able to do with this show. So kind of with all that said, I want to talk a little bit about spoilers. I want to talk about the ending. So if you guys have not seen the episode of The Mandalorian, season 2, episode 1, click off right now or come back to it after you've seen it. I want to talk about the reveal of Boba Fett at the end. Now we know it's Boba Fett. It's the same actor who played Jango Fett in the prequel trilogy of Star Wars. And it didn't surprise me. I knew that we were going to see him show up at some point. I didn't think it was going to be this early on, to be honest with you. And it kind of makes me wonder if we're going to get into the Jedi lore next episode. If he's going to meet Ahsoka Tano. If he's going to be able to have an interaction, an actual face-to-face interaction with Boba Fett. That's kind of that's my question, is when are we going to see Boba Fett? Is this going to be another thing where we have to wait for a long time for that reveal of who that character is, like we did in season 1? kind of what they were able to do with season 1 and hiding certain things. And I think what we're going to see is I think that Boba Fett is going to play a crucial part at some point in time in the series, and he's no longer a Mandalorian. Him not wearing the armor, not even really trying to do anything about his armor, realistically, it just shows that he's kind of almost like an outlaw himself. He's kind of like living on the edge and doing his own thing. I also want to know, how the heck did he escape out of the Sarlacc pit? Like, how did he escape the Sarlacc pit? Because we know that the digestive system for the Sarlacc pit takes a long time to fully digest something that's in the Sarlacc pit. But how is he able to get out? That's kind of a big question I think we're all going to have. And I don't want them to just kind of throw fan service at us just for the fact of throwing fan service at us. Like, that isn't going to do anything well to the story. It's not going to do anything well to the show. And I think the show's going to lose a lot of its authenticity and its originality if they do that. So, if you're going to have Boba Fett, which obviously they're going to, you have to make it some type of concrete evidence, some type of concrete way that he was able to escape his ultimate doom that we saw in episode 6, Return of the Jedi. And how is he able to do this? That's going to be the real question, right? And why is he just hanging out on Tatooine and not really trying to, go and cause problems? Why is he not trying to go and get his armor back? Like, is he just done with the Mandalorian law? Is he done being a Mandalore? There's a lot of questions with this character and bringing him back into the fold of Star Wars and into this universe. I'm all for it. I think it's great that they had that reveal at the end. I kind of figured that they were going to have it at some point in time, and I think that maybe they could set up for him to be almost a villain in a way for the Mandalorian. And I think that would be kind of compelling, right? Because we've only seen Boba Fett as a villain, per se, in the original trilogy of Star Wars. And how can they kind of try, if they try to make him a hero, how could they try to convince us he's a hero when we've already seen enough of him being the villain? So I think it's going to be very interesting. I'm super excited about what the future holds for The Mandalorian, and especially this season. I think that they're gonna go and on their journey and venture off into other planets and find where the Jedi are. I wouldn't be surprised if Ahsoka Tano shows up at some point within the next couple of episodes. I won't be surprised if Boba Fett shows up again. They cannot do the same thing that they did last season with holding, seeing a character at the end of an episode, trying to figure out who that character is, and then not revealing it until the end. So that's kind of my thought on it. And are we going to see other instances of famous characters, nostalgic characters into The Mandalorian this season that haven't been revealed? I hope so. I hope that they didn't just tell us all the information, because we have known about Boba Fett, we have known about Ahsoka Tano, and I really want them to do something different and not just kind of show us everything that we've already heard before. Give us some surprises, sprinkle them in there. And overall, though, guys, this is a really solid first episode of season 2 for The Mandalorian. I thought it was really, really great setup. And again, it kind of brings us back into this world, back into this adventure with these characters again. And the stakes aren't necessarily high, which I like, because you have to build that setup if you're going to have a season premiere. It's not like Game of Thrones where you can just kill a character at any time. It doesn't work, right? We have to have a little bit of some type of longevity to these characters, this story, and this adventure. And I like that they were able to bring us back and establish us back into that world that we are familiar with, that we saw just 10 months ago. So, I really liked this episode of The Mandalorian. I thought it was a really, really great opening episode, great premiere episode. Cannot wait to watch it again. I love that it's 50-some minutes long, because I think that was a big complaint from last season, was the first episode was only like 30 minutes and everyone was expecting it to be an hour. So are they going to go back to an hour? I don't know, are they going to go up to an hour, I should say? Or are they going to go back to 30-minute episodes? I don't know at this point, but I'm fine with whatever they do. Jon Favreau, I have full trust and faith in him. He's such a great filmmaker, and him and Dave Filoni have been able to craft a great story with these characters. And Yeah, Timothy Olyphant was great, man. I love Timothy Olyphant. Anything that he's in, I'm always down to watch. And I thought he was phenomenal as the Marshal. And I think he could be a team member for Mando's team moving forward. So we'll have to wait and see when we'll be able to see him again, because we know how the show works. Where some of these side characters, they don't really show up maybe until Mando absolutely needs them. And yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. But those are kind of my thoughts, guys. Let me know your guys' thoughts if you're watching this after the fact down below in the comment section of this video. And let me know what you guys thought about Season 2, Episode 1, The Marshal. Yeah, let me know if you guys liked it. And if you're hyped for this season of The Mandalorian. I am very hyped. I cannot wait to see what else we get to see. I love the callbacks as well, like the Jawas, seeing the Tusken Raiders, being familiar with Tatooine. I think Tatooine, even though we saw a new town, it's still the same old Tatooine. It's still the exact same place that we remembered watching Episode 4 when we get to see Luke and the double sunsets. Like, it's great. It's great. And I love that callback too. And it actually showed the two sunsets. Oh, beautiful. But yeah, I'm super pumped for what they're going to do with the rest of Season 2 of The Mandalorian. And I'll be doing these every single week, every Friday afternoon. I'm going to try to get like a scheduled time, maybe 3 o'clock my time, so 5 o'clock Eastern time, I think might be the play. I don't expect a lot of people to be here live, but this is I just like having my unfiltered thoughts out there for TV and with a lot of other videos that I'm making right now. I'm just like, I'd rather do live streams for Mandalorian. And that way I can just kind of do like unfiltered thoughts and people can watch after the fact. And I didn't want to make this a super long live stream anyway. So Art, I'm wondering why this isn't a Halloween kill stream. Why would it be though? Why would it be, man? That's my question to you. Why would it be a Halloween kill stream? I mean, we saw 25 seconds of footage. I mean, I'm not going to make a whole stream based on 25 seconds of footage. And Certain, welcome in. Thank you so much, Certain, for popping in here, man. I appreciate it. But yeah, we'll have a lot of time to talk about Halloween kills, Art. Don't worry. We'll have a lot of time. I will be doing a live stream tomorrow, actually, if you guys are watching after the fact. I'll be doing a watch along for Halloween, the original John Carpenter classic. In the evening, I have not scheduled a time yet. I think I'm just going to do it alone. Maybe I'll have some of you guys, if some of the viewers who are watching, if they want to pop in and talk. And talk about Halloween with me along the way. I mean, that would be kind of a lot of fun if we kind of just did that. That could be something that we could do. But I want to do like a watch along with you guys and be able to, talk about Halloween. Moses Blackthorn, thank you so much for being here, my man. We appreciate your thoughts. Thanks for the video. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate it. Yeah, I wanted to just come on here real quick. Like I said, I didn't expect there to be a lot of people here. This isn't a Q&A or anything. This isn't really like a live Ask Me Anything type of stream, but I just wanted to come in here, talk about The Mandalorian, something that I love so much, talk about this little cute guy right here, and yeah, just have fun talking Star Wars, because I love talking Star Wars, man. I'm super pumped. And, it didn't seem like I gave a lot of insights, but at the same time, like, this is only episode 1. We need to kind of see more of what's going to happen. I love the opening, by the way. I should also mention that. I loved the opening of this episode. Whew, was it great. Great action. It showed that you don't mess with Mando at all. And it's just really, really cool. Again, it harkens back to classic Star Wars. This really felt like a Western Star Wars episode. And that's what I like about my Star Wars. I like that classic vintage feel, and that's what this felt like. So thank you, Moses. I appreciate it. Again, I will be doing a live stream tomorrow. I'll be doing a Halloween watch along. I call them commentaries, but whatever. We'll call it whatever. That'll be scheduled for the evening. Probably 9 Eastern time is when you could most likely look forward to that. I will also be putting up a video tomorrow. It is going to be my Insidious marathon. That is going to be the almost final video for the month of October for Halloween. I want to do a lot more videos, but I'm studying for the LSAT right now, so it's kind of like you get what you get right now. I wasn't able to necessarily do everything I wanted to do, but I did get a lot of videos done that I wanted to do. Other than that, though, you guys can go follow me on Twitch. I stream like 5 days a week over there. Again, I'll have the Insidious marathon up tomorrow, as well as the live commentary or watch along of the original 1978 John Carpenter classic Halloween, and be able to talk about my favorite horror movie of all time. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. So bring your candy, and we can watch Halloween. Other than that, though, guys, I'm going to go get a drink of water. I'm going to eat lunch because I haven't even eaten lunch today. And you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching this after the fact, or if you guys were here during the live stream, just saying hi. I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys in my next video. This is the way.